Good morning, students. Today we will discuss democracy in India. In the previous chapter, we have studied the basics of democracy. Our own country is a democratic country. Our democracy is on the lines of representative democracy. This is the most commonly practiced form of democracy in the world. In this chapter, we shall now see how democracy works in India. From the gaining of independence, we saw a new era in the history of India. From being a colony of the British Empire, India emerged as a republic and chose to have a democratic form of government. Before we go on to the aspects of the formation of government and its functioning, we shall first see the various terms and their meaning and then see how things work in democracy. Let's start. Universal adult franchise. In simple terms, the word universal refers to all citizens. Adult means the age of adulthood and franchise means vote. Thus, it means that all adults of the country have the right to vote and elect their representative in the government. In India, all citizens who have attained the age of 18 years are eligible to vote. The elections. What is an election? The procedure to organize voting by the public for the formation of government is called elections. The elections could be any one of the following. General elections all over the country at the same time. These are elections held for electing the leaders who would represent the people in the parliament. Since they are held all over the country at the same time, they are known as general elections. These elections are usually held after every 5 years. There are other elections such as assembly elections for state level, panchayat election for panchayat level, which are held for electing leaders who shall be functioning at the respective levels. General elections. General elections are categorized into midterm elections and by-election. If a government fails before completing its term of 5 years, elections could be held immediately to elect a fresh government. So, elections which are held before the completion of the full term of government are known as midterm elections. By-elections. Elections could be held if some particular seats falls vacant due to resignation or death of an elected member. So, the election which may be held for a specific or limited seats for a specific reason are known as by-elections. So, there is a difference between midterm elections and by-election. That the midterm election is for all the seats of the level of government for which the elections are held, while a by-election is for a specific seat. Election Commission. Election Commission, a commission which conducts a free and fair election in a country. Elections are organized by the Election Commission, which is a statutory body, means independent body. This means that the functioning of the Election Commission cannot be interfered with by the government in power. And Election Commission conducts election at national, state and district level. Functions of Election Commission. The Election Commission is responsible to announce the schedule of election, for filing nomination and also for withdrawal of candidature. Election symbols are allotted to the candidates depending on their political affiliation or independent status. The candidates carry out public campaigns to convey about the policies and agendas they would adopt if elected. The Election Commission is responsible to check that unfair means are not adopted by the candidates to attract the voters. The Election Commission is responsible to ensure that the list of voters is prepared in time. The Election Commission organizes the polling booths, the staff and the security at these locations so that the elections are fair. The Election Commission ensures that the ballot paper or voting machines are functional and available at the booths. The Election Commission is responsible to ensure that voting is held smoothly, and if there is a problem at any booth, they would notify re-election on a suitable date. The Election Commission moves the ballot boxes and the voting machines to a suitable place or counting centers. The votes are counted in the presence of the representative of the candidates or political parties. Results are declared after many rounds of checking the accuracy of count. The successfully elected candidate is now the elected representative of the people and is eligible to join the government. He or she may be an MLA or an MP as the case may be. Secret ballot, a system where who a voter has voted for is kept a secret. The people have the power to keep it secret as to whom they are voting for. The place where the vote is to be cast is private and no one is allowed in that place to see whom a citizen voted for. The voting machine do not ask for any details of the person casting the vote. It just has buttons in front of the names and party symbols of each candidate. Here you can see the picture of secret ballot and EVM, electronic voting machine. Before we were using secret ballot and nowadays we are using EVM, electronic voting machine. Majority. When an election is conducted, some political party or a group of parties has more number of seats as compared to others. The party or the group of parties which has more than 50% of the seat share of the house is said to have absolute majority and it forms the government. Candidate. A person who wishes to contest in the election and get his name registered for the purpose is called a candidate. He or she has to fulfill the conditions laid out by the Constitution to be eligible to contest. He or she is allotted an election symbol so even people who cannot read and write can recognize the symbol on the voting machine. Those candidates who are contesting with the support of a political party get the symbol of the party itself. Political parties. Yes. Political parties are a group of people who agree on some policies, formulate an agenda and programs for the society with a view to promote collective good. Different political parties may have different theories on policies on how the government should be run. Political parties seek to implement these policies by winning popular support through elections. Candidates who believe in the ideology of the particular party are supported by the political party and get their recognition or affiliation from that political party. They also get financial aid for the election expenses. Here you can see symbols of some political parties. First one, P Flanse for All India Trinamool Congress. Then Lotus is for, yes, you all know, BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party. Hand is for Indian National Congress. Then clock is for Nationalist Congress Party. Then corn and sickle is for Communist Party of India. Then hammer, sickle and star for Communist Party of India, Marxist. Those who are believe in the ideology of Marxist. Then elephant for Bahujan Samaj Party. So these are some national parties of India and their symbols. Functions of the political parties. Political parties can contest elections by putting up their elected candidates from different constituencies. Constituencies means specified area. About constituency, we will read in our next chapter. The political parties offer different policies and programs and give choice to the voters through announcement of manifesto. Manifesto is outline of policies promised by a political party to its electorate. They organize and hold election rallies and door-to-door campaign. These are done to spread their agenda on governance and policies they promise to implement if elected to power. Then the political party whose number of candidates elected is more than the other is called the majority party, and those with lesser number of elected candidates is called the minority party. The majority party forms and runs the government and takes big policy decisions. They select and appoint their ministers to run the government as per their needs. They play a decisive role in making laws for the country. The political party which does not get majority plays the role of opposition in parliament. They critically examine the policies and bills introduced by the government. They raise questions to the government on their failures and wrong policies. They shape public opinions as they raise and highlight important issues which they feel are not acted upon by the government. National parties are the political parties which are recognized in four or more states. State parties are the political parties which are recognized as registered state parties in less than four states. A candidate who wishes to contest in either of the parliamentary, state assembly or local elections but does not have an affiliation or support with any of the party, national party or state party, they may contest the election as an independent candidate. Coalition government. As we know, a political party getting the majority of votes forms the government. But what happens if a situation arises that no political party gets enough members to form the government? Then a few political parties join together to form the government. Since they had announced different policies and manifestos to the people before elections, they usually consult each other and come to a agreement on how to run the government and which policies to implement. Some political parties who are unable to join the government due to differences on issues may choose to support the government from outside. This means they do not join the government and do not take up any ministerial appointments but retain their independence to support or not support the policies of the government. The coalition government is considered weak as it does not enjoy a majority and its policies and decisions are dependent on the agreement and support of the parties in the coalition. The political party that is in majority or the coalition party in majority elects their leader, who at the state level is called the chief minister and at the central level is called the prime minister. The prime minister is thus the head of the government and runs the government with the support of the council of ministers who head various departments of the government. Yes, so in this chapter we have discussed about universal adult franchise, the elections, general elections, by-election and midterm elections, then election commission, secret ballot, majority, candidate, political parties and functions of political parties, and at the last, coalition government. Hope you understood this lesson. Thank you.